the heartfelt journey that you all shared leading up to this moment. First of all, thank you. As I said, about 2% of the pregnancies out there are ectopic. Almost 30% of pregnancies end in miscarriage. So many people feel alone. Couples feel alone. What was the response? How did you process the response when you shared the story?
It was really important for me to share my story. When I had the first miscarriage, we dealt with it privately. I think only we knew, my parents and my sister, and that was it.
Why did you, at that point, want to keep it between just the intimates?
I just felt like that's what you do. People don't talk about miscarriage. People don't talk about the loss of their child. I didn't know anyone that had a miscarriage. So when it happened again, I thought, well, it was the most isolating experience. I felt so alone. It was devastating, especially with it being an ectopic. I barely knew what an ectopic pregnancy was. And when it happened again, I just felt like, how do I take this and spin it into somewhat of a positive note, if that's even possible?
And the proximity, as I said, you're 1 month apart.
Yeah, the first one was the beginning of September, and then this was the end of October. So for it to happen just back to back.
How did you process that? I mean, because I know women, and I've talked to many, you turn on yourself. You ask, why God? Why me? This is what I want. Why can't this happen for me? How did you process it?
That's exactly how I felt. There's almost the shame, like, what did I do wrong? How could I have changed this outcome? Could I have done something differently? And it turns out there's nothing I could have done to change the outcome. That was just what happened. And I mean, it was awful, but I felt like if I'm going through this, surely there's other women out there going through the same thing. Yeah. So let me share my journey so I can at least be a little more open about it and talk about it. Like I said, the first miscarriage, I didn't know anyone that had a miscarriage. And when I finally shared it, women came out of the woodwork sharing their experience. Women I even knew, some of my friends, they were like, this happened to me, but I just was too scared to talk about it.
You opened the door for this conversation. Yep.